Hello and welcome to the test bit. Today we have got a exciting Star Wars Lego video review of the Star Wars Microfighters. Now these have been out for a few months now, but this is the first time we've had a chance to get a few, to take a look at them and see what we think. That's exactly what we're going to be taking a look at quickly today. Like we said, these were released with the winter, so a few months now. And they are sets that range from around $7.99, $8.99, depending on where you buy them. Include around 60-70 pieces and a minifigure. And these are a replacement for the Star Wars Planets range, which we reviewed last year, which you can find the link to, which actually we really loved. We loved the Planets range. They were the little models that came with a out-of-scale model ship and a minifigure in a representation of one of the planets of the Star Wars universe. So these are a bit of a difference. They're obviously aimed at a younger audience for Lego. They might not be massively appealing to our adult viewers and readers who love Star Wars Lego, like us, because like I say, they are sort of cutified versions of vehicles in Star Wars. Minifigures are exactly the same, a lot you've seen before, but the styling and the way that these vehicles come about is they've got like a chunky, cute, cuddly teddy bear version of them while still retaining a sense of violence to them all. So we've been sent 4. So thank you very much. We have got the X-Wing fighter, the clone turbo tank, the Star Destroyer, and also the Millennium Falcon, which we'll be looking at last of all. Like we say, these are pretty quick to build. I mean, each one took us anywhere between like 15 and 20 minutes to throw together. Nothing hard. Like I say, they are designed for the younger Lego fan, the younger audience. So these are quick, simple sets will give you a bit of pleasure, a lot of fun, but like I say, they are great fun for the kiddies. So let's take a look at this one first. The 75032, the X-Wing fighter. A lot of people were interested in this because it does actually look pretty cool. And the X-Wing does sort of lend itself well to being cutified. So let's take a look at this. Here it is. Like I say, about 60 parts altogether. Nothing too hard, nothing difficult. No real pieces there that we haven't seen before. We do have the X-foil wings. They sort of pop open and it's all very good. It's, you know, it's a pretty cool model. It is the right shape, you know, that everyone can appreciate that that's definitely an X-Wing. In terms of minifigures, we really like, we really like the X-Wing pilot minifigure. We're told that he's new, although, you know, we've seen a lot of these guys before, but the printing on this is excellent. We've got, for a start, 2 heads. We've got Peril and Smugness, so that's nice. Put it back on, and nice printing all around the back. Nice bright orange, little pistol gun. So nice minifigure. Like I say, nothing special. We've seen lots of X-Wing fighter pilots before. We do actually get not a full droid, unfortunately, but just the head of an R2 astromech droid, which sits on top, which sort of completes the kind of scale of the minifigure and the model. And as with all of these, they all have flick-fire missiles. None of them have the spring-loaded ones that we've seen recently in the 2014 sets. They're all the often disappointing flick-fire missiles, but you know, it adds to the shape. It adds something, a little playability for the kids. So there's the X-Wing. Next, we've got the clone turbo tank, which we really like the look of. We do like all the clone stuff from the Clone Wars and the prequel series. So let's take a look at this boy. For other reviews of the Microfighter sets we received, everyone really seems to like this one because it is the exact same shape of the clone turbo tank itself, which does lend itself quite well to being cutified, as you can see. This has got the real flick-fire missiles on the side here that we've seen before, with the transparent pieces on the head. And the minifigure you get is just a standard, bog standard, clone trooper, which I think is the only bog standard clone trooper release in minifigure for 2014. They've all been those Kashyyyk sort of elite force fighters, so if you want just a bog standard clone trooper in 2014, you're going to have to buy this set. So yeah, like I said, we do like this. It is quite cute. There's a lot going on. You've got a little movable gun, some lovely pieces. It's the right shape. The wheels will work quite interesting there. They're just actual sort of clipped on. That's pretty cool. And it does, of course, actually roll, which is what we were looking for. Next up, the Star Destroyer. We weren't too chuffed about this. I mean, even the image on the box, it just looks a little bit dull compared to something like the Clone Turbo Tank, and it seems a lot smaller. And this is probably the quickest one that we put together. There wasn't a lot really going on to it. Here it is. We have an Imperial, not an actual stormtrooper, but an actual Imperial crew member. So all in black, which is quite neat. We've seen these before, but you know, we do like him with his little hat. He's got that sort of little serious thing, printing all the way around, black. I mean, yeah, it's cool. He's all right. We like him. Hat looks a bit weird. It looks a bit like a helmet rather than the little peaked caps they wear. But yeah, he's okay. We like him. As for the Star Wars story itself, it's quite uninspired, really. I mean, like I say, it just sort of clipped together. There's gaps that you see through, and it doesn't really stay true to the shape because of this bar on the side. It's just a little bit odd. This is probably our least favourite of the one that we got. But of course, you've got your flick fire missiles here, which are probably the best of the. Hey, see, it got 3 inches. That's good. So it got the flick fire there for the kids, the bridge thing, and so it's, I mean, it's unmistakably a Star Destroyer. But we just didn't, maybe a ship that large doesn't lend itself well to being cutified. Maybe we would have done better with other kinds of TIE fighters, which we'll talk about later. And the last one that we got of the 4 is the Millennium Falcon, by far our favourite, and probably going to be fans' favourite as well. And here it is. We've got Han Solo, who we've seen before, but you know, this is a nice little version of him sitting outside on the side. It is quite nice that Lego just stuck him where the cockpit actually is instead of just sticking him in the middle where you might have thought it would be easier to work out the model. But we do like this. It was probably got the most pieces of all the Microfighters, and it was the most fun to put together because it was sort of a bit of a mystery where things were going and which way was forward until you put it all together. Flick fire missiles are also slightly different to all the rest. As you can see, they've got the sort of a bulbous head rather than the conical one, which we like. Nice bit of working with the satellite dish as well, so that's pretty good. And like I said, the front bit is actually angled and sloped down, so it is correct. And you've got the engines at the back. And Han is a bog standard Han. Nothing too special about Han. We've seen him before. Pistol, and hey, I'm Han Solo, smug on one side and slightly concerned on the other. So yeah, it does really work well. We probably our favourite, not our favourite minifigure. We did like the X-wing. Pilot is our favourite minifigure, but this is probably our favourite model. So if we're going to suggest you go out and get any one of these Microfighters, it would probably be the Millennium Falcon. We like the bases, and it does sort of sit quite nice on a desk. It is unmistakably a Millennium Falcon, and that ship, more than anything, probably lends itself to the cutification of Star Wars Lego that's happened. The other 2 in Series 1 that we weren't able to get our hands on are the AAT tank from the Trade Federation from Episode 1, from the prequels and the Clone Wars series. I don't know about this. It does look sort of a bit weird. It sort of loses its menacing quality, being cutified, and you do just get a droid, which we hate. We hate getting the droids. It's always a bit of a waste. So if we were to get that, we wouldn't have been that impressed with that. Although it's an interesting shape and it's an interesting model for them to use to cutify. And we also get the TIE Interceptor, which we've also heard a lot of views. So people hate this as well because the TIE Interceptor is like the meanest, most fiercest looking TIE fighter you can get. And being cutified doesn't really work. But the actual troopy that you get with that, the Interceptor pilot's pretty cool, mean looking, and yeah, that's, you know, those are pretty cool. So all in all, we've got mixed feelings about the Microfighters. We must say we really did like the Planet series, which we reviewed last year. We thought it was a great scope. We loved the little models and what was done with them to make them so small, and coming in around the same price as well. These, like I say, about $7.99, $8.99, which was the same as the Planet series. If anything, you're getting a few more parts with these to make the chunkier versions of the models, and you're losing the planets, which were a little bit pointless. But so far the choice has been a little bit uninspiring, and we are looking forward to see what Lego do in Series 2. But like I say, if you're looking for a bit of pocket money for someone younger who get them into Lego, get them started into Star Wars, then these are probably the sets for you. So do check them out. We've got lots more Star Wars coming up. Lots more Lego. Well, we want more Star Wars. We've got lots more Lego reviews coming up in the next few months, especially a lot of Technic and a lot of Technic competitions as well. So do stay tuned. If you're watching this on YouTube, then visit www.thetestbit.com. If you're watching it on the site, then just scroll down and hit that big stripy button to take you to all our other Lego reviews. Cheers, bye!